in
Well,
that one.
we're just doing it now. So just
All
one
right.
second.
I know, but I mean, it should have been something there.
Oh, I think it's because it's approval required on the phone.
Oh, oh, okay.
Okay. So hello everybody. Um, okay.
Yay! Now it's coming up. It says Nicola is
Yay.
live. Yes,
Okay,
yes,
great. Great. Yay,
yes.
yay. Welcome everyone. A little bit of interesting technical difficulties joining in. So I'm just going to start over here. Hello everyone. So excited to be here. Yay. Hello, Women Helping Women Entrepreneurs. What an amazing group. Okay, so my name is Nicola Halliday, and I am the CEO and founder of Inspired Hearts Publishing. And today I am joined by beautiful Valeria Maritza, who is a co-author of the book Voyage and the Return. And we're going to be talking about all the things publishing. Valeria's
Valeria.
Valeria's work that she's doing, and yeah. So welcome, Valeria.
Thank you. I'm so happy to be here. Thank you for having me. I'm so excited. And really funny because I am definitely not technologically inclined. So this just completely falls into my line of work or not work.
Thank you for being so patient with me. So, for everyone who's watching or watching the replay, I accidentally streamed into the wrong group. Had to figure that out. We're back. We're here. Yay. Hello, technology, and it's a learning thing for all of us. So it's just an opportunity to be patient. If you're joining, please say hello and let us know where in the world you're joining us from. I always like to connect with you. If you're watching the replay, hit replay and say hello. We'll make sure to come circle back around. If we don't see your comments live, we'll circle back around and answer in the comments. So today I really just want to spend this time, Valeria, introducing you and the work that you're doing, the writing that you've contributed to. So my first question for you is, a lot of people kind of stumble across this opportunity of contributing to a multi-author book, or have in the back of their mind that they want to write a book, that they want to get published. So when did you first realize that you wanted to write and that you wanted to get published, just generally? When did that seed kind of plant for you?
So for me, it started about 2 years ago because I had a big breakthrough in my life and it came to me and I was like, I need to write this book, and I started writing it. And then a whole year went by and nothing happened. And then another year started coming by. And then this January, I was like, okay, in January, I made a list of 100 things that I wanted to do and manifest. And one of them was I want to become an author. And then right underneath there, I wrote, I want to become a published author. And then underneath that, I was like, I want to become a #1 selling best author or something like that. And then right after I started doing that, I started seeing things come up in my feed about publishing your book. And I had seen a couple of others and I was like, oh, maybe this is it. But the theme of the book didn't match the story.
Mm.
And so I was trying to think, how do I tweak my story so it fits that book? Right.
Yeah.
And that doesn't really
That
feel
is
good.
not a place you want to be at all. So
Right.
it's so good that you brought that up, because honestly, it's something that I think is so, so, so important, is that when someone, if you are considering contributing to a multi-author book, because there are different opportunities available out there. And I want to circle back around to your intentions and how that's been manifesting for you here in a minute. But I think it's so, so important that you feel very connected to this opportunity and feel like when you see the cover, when you hear the title, when you hear the theme, you feel like, oh my gosh, my story is meant to be shared in that book. So definitely, I think for anyone who's watching or considering these kinds of opportunities, make sure that it's that heart connection and pull into it. I think it's really important.
Yeah,
Yeah.
totally.
So I love, love, love that you had set this intention and we're getting super, super specific. And you said, I think you said you had 50. Did you say 50 or 100 different intentions that you're wanting
A
to?
hundred.
100 intentions. Ooh,
Yeah.
how powerful. Yay. I'd
Yeah.
love to see that list. It's funny because there's a few other people who were like, I just put becoming a published author or becoming a best-selling author on my vision board like yesterday or something, that have joined this project, and it just feels like so much alignment and synchronicities that have been happening throughout it. So it's exciting, and I'm so glad that you said yes. So it sounds like you just connected to the theme, and really felt like your story was meant to be shared here.
Yeah, totally. Because, like I said, the other one I was trying to figure out how to tweak my story to fit the theme, and it just wasn't happening. So I wasn't, even though I really wanted to become an author and join a book, I just couldn't say yes. And I was doing all the muscle testing, like, is this the right one, And then this one came along, and as soon as I saw the cover, first of all, the colors were just like amazing. I mean, you see, I'm wearing lavenders here and purples, which is one of my favorite colors. And then the title of it, I didn't understand or know anything about where that came from, but it just spoke to me. And then I was like, yeah, this is it. And then I started feeling into my story, and it was just like, this is it. Like, that's it. Hands down, I'm doing it. And I think it was within 3 days that it came into my awareness that I had signed up for it.
Yeah.
So it was quick.
I get the goosebumps just as you were like talking about, like, yes, this is it. Oh, it feels so good. And it's, yeah, you were like decisive. You're like, I have these questions. Okay, yes, I'm in. And then your energy has been like 100% like, yes, let's do this. And I love it. I want to just put like a little caveat on this conversation to say that when you sign up for anything, no matter what it is, no matter if you're getting a college degree or you're signing up for a certification, how you show up for that is absolutely going to dictate the success you have in all of it. And Valeria has been showing up with enthusiasm. She's like, how can I do this? What else is next? And that is steering her success and her experience. So I love it. I love it. I love that. I love when people can do that. So thank you. Thank you for doing that and being a leader in that
Yes.
way.
So for anyone who's kind of like thinking about this, the universe loves speed, and it
Mhm.
loves decision makings, right? And so when you take a chance on something that feels good to you and you just say yes, and then you just do it and jump in, the universe supports you and gives you the next step and the next step and the next step. And it is only when we begin to think too much and allow our egos to keep us down, and because this is a scary thing to go out there and put ourselves out and spend money and whatever it is that it takes to fulfill our dreams. When we stop to think, then usually it doesn't happen.
Yeah. Oh my
Right?
gosh. Yes. Yes. I love everything you just said. And we're going to be checking in more with you a little bit about the work you're doing. And I really want to get into that. Oh, I had planned on introducing you at the beginning, and because of the technical stuff, I
It's
forgot.
fine.
I will circle back around. Sorry.
Divinely guided.
Yes, we are willing to go with the flow here. Okay. So let's see. Okay, so like I said, you jumped in with both feet and you got to writing, and you even said, "Oh my gosh, I've been like stopping and starting this writing, and boom, my chapter is done." And you were just like, you really did take that momentum of the speed, right? And took advantage of that divine action and moving along. So was there something that did come up for you? What did you find to be like the most difficult part of the writing process? And then also what has been the most rewarding so far?
It was very healing because it's a story that it started about 20 years ago, and it just felt like I had been holding on to it, even though it's been so long ago when the whole thing started. But it connects to where I am right now, and it really felt like this is part of where of a story that I need to tell, and really who wants to hear it from my friends and family who already know it, right? And he's like, they don't want to hear that. It's like, why are you thinking about this? But it really feels within me that is something that needed to come out for my own healing. And so that was the biggest thing about it. I wrote it in like 3 nights, and then I revised it. And then after I finished writing it, I was like, there's something missing, and I know there's something else that needs to come out. And then I had to wait like a week or so, and then it came, and I was like, oh, this is what's missing. And then I added it, and now I think it's perfect. So yeah.
Okay, so without giving too much away, share a little bit about what your chapter is about and kind of give us a sneak peek.
Okay, so my chapter and the reason I'm writing it is because um, my story is like really dragged out and long. And I had all of the signs all along. And it took a really long time for me to trust in me. And I really feel that, um, especially with the time that the energies are going right now, that there is no need to wait that long for us to jump in and go to the next chapter, right? So, and the only reason that I didn't do anything earlier is because of fear, right? Fear and doubt, which we all have. But getting support and being able to just trust in yourself can get you from wherever it is that you are to the
Mhm.
next level like really fast, especially now. And so that's basically my story, without telling you the story, is about finding support and trusting in yourself so that you can actually get through things that seem to be, pretty bad in the moment, but there's always a reason, and it's always a reason that is better than you can even see at the moment that is happening for you.
Yeah, and so Valeria, she shares in her chapter these synchronicities and things that kept happening, and her process in her own voyage, and inevitably finding her path back home to herself. And I love that it's like the theme of your life consistent. It's like you took this long, and now you've mentioned it to me a few times. Oh, the universe loves speed. And it's like, you're like,
Yeah.
I'm not like sitting back on my loins anymore. I am like moving with the momentum that the universe has encouraged me to.
Yeah.
So absolutely, like you're living walking the walk, right?
Mhm.
Modeling what this looks like in your life. So I mentioned I wanted to introduce you, and I apologize for not doing that initially, but I'm going to take the time right now.
Yeah.
So Valeria is a quantum energy healer. She's an intuitive psychic medium, Akashic Records, Reiki healer, light language queen.
Yeah.
She has helped dozens of people heal and transform their life by targeting deep healing transformations, guiding them through the journey to remember who they are, shining their true divine self unapologetically. Amazing, incredible work, Valeria. So
Thank you.
so I'd love to hear how, and I think we've kind of already kind of touched on it honestly, but how do you feel like what you've shared, your chapter, your own journey, your own experience really ties into the work that you're doing in the world?
It all comes to the truth and trusting in yourself, because I believe we're all gifted and we all have different gifts that are unique to us, and they're always there and they're always present, and we hear them, we see them, but we also push them down and tell them that they don't exist, or they don't, we don't believe in them, or there's something wrong with it. It is the trust in ourselves that what we're feeling, seeing, or hearing, or whatever it is, that is actually true. So in the path of self-discovery and trust, that's where everything explodes. So I wouldn't be doing the work that I do if I hadn't trusted myself,
Yeah.
right? And I couldn't have trusted myself without support, which is the second thing,
Mm.
because I spent so many years doing things and, meditating and looking at videos and reading the books and all of that stuff. It's not until someone can hold you and see you and bring you through that you can actually uh, come out and validate yourself. So that is so
Yeah.
important. Like with you, right? Like I've had this book for like 2 years. Nothing has happened until I found someone to help me bring it to fruition, right?
Yeah.
And so that's the key. Get somebody who is an expert in what you want to do or in your journey to help you get to the next level. That's like,
So
gold.
important. It is. And I've talked a lot about this reality that when we're trying to make a leap, when we're doing something different, when we're making a transformation in our life, we sometimes want to attach to the people who are in our surrounding us right here.
Mhm.
And it takes such trust and faith to be able to see the vision. And maybe at first you can be like, hey guys, look, I see this. And you might get them excited. But what happens if you don't have someone over here reminding you, yes, you can do this. I'm holding space, and keep reminding you of your power. It's like you have to keep coming back over here and being like, reconvincing them that this is your dream, and bringing, it's like you're trying to pull them over, and it's like these aren't the people to support you in this evolution of you. They don't see it yet. They will, but they aren't the ones that are going to help you like get over here. So having people holding this space for you and shining a light on what you know, you wanted to do this for a reason. You're here, you're doing this, and these are all the reasons why we believe you can do it. It's so valuable. So absolutely, yes.
And to add on that, it usually isn't your family and friends who are believing in you. You might have the friend who really loves you and believes in anything you do, but even with me, like my best friend forever, it's like completely scared of what I do. Sorry.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
so she's still my friend, but I don't have any support from that area. And so all of my support friends and circle came from me taking the steps and doing what I do, and then meeting other people who are like-minded. And that's where my group came from. That's where my support group comes. It does not come from my family. It does not come from my friends.
It's too much of an expectation, and it's
Yeah.
like these people are here for you for these different reasons, you know, and the people who are going to help support your vision and who are you're going to find the soul connection with are probably a different breed of people, right? So super valuable. Yes, I agree
But
with you
this,
100%.
yeah. There's also a reason for that, I believe, because as a light worker, we are the ones making the change. And then by holding our light, we begin to expand and help those around us who are not believing in us at the moment, right? They don't believe in that. So we're shining our light on them, and we're allowing that area of that group of people to grow on their own at their own pace. And so I really feel like there's a reason that we are born or we are living with people who are not into what we are discovering about ourselves on purpose, so that we can even be a greater light beginning with the home. Doesn't that make sense?
Yes, yes. And like just planting these seeds, modeling what's possible. Like sometimes people have to see it to believe it. And sometimes they may never really understand it, but they're going to
Yes.
be happy that you're like living and feeling. So, I mean, people can feel your truth, right? So when you're living in your truth, people are going to be able to feel it. That's amazing. Yes, I
Yeah.
love it. And
Yeah.
so, okay, so okay, so tell me a little bit about the work that you're doing. I mean, I did this introduction, and I just love to hear a little bit more specific, like what work are you doing in the world, and who are your favorite people to support?
Oh, awesome. So my favorite people to support are the ones who are pretty much a little bit awoken already. And how do I know they're awoken? Because they're in my space, right? I do not come into someone's space. They do not see me if they're not already somehow looking into what's going on. And they're curious, and they're ready to make a change, right? They're ready to make something happen in their lives. So when I started, I had done everything, right? I had the house and the husband and the child and the dog, everything. I still felt there was something missing. There was something more to what I was supposed to do. And that's what made me jump on the wagon of self discovery and see what else is there. And then this whole thing exploded like out of nowhere. I didn't know this existed. I didn't know I was coming here. It just happened. That's the type of person that I really love to help, because it's so beautiful to see them from, like, I mean, I had this one client who came into Dream Weaving You, which is my signature program, and she said to me, I just love what you do. I would like to do what you do, but I don't have any gifts. So she started working with me, and within, I think it was like 6 weeks, she was already communicating with her past loved ones. It was that fast. So
Hmm.
it's just being able to be held, to clear the things, the old beliefs that don't no longer serve us, to allow new light to fill our bodies, and then our gifts begin to just show up, right? And some people are like, I don't want to do what you do, but I do want to figure out what I'm doing. And I always tell them, okay, that's fine, but just be aware that it might happen, because that's what happens
Yes,
in my
you
energy.
might not get to decide when you start opening up these doors, things just kind of start
Yeah.
transcribing for you on your behalf. And I think, oh, it's so valuable. Like I've been there in this very beginning curiosity of I know there's more and I don't feel very connected and I'm doing all the things and it doesn't feel like this is what life and living should feel like.
Right. It's kind of like, okay, I just did all of this. I went to work. I took care of the child. I took care of everything in the house. And then I go to sleep. And the next morning is like, is that it? Is this
Yeah.
it? Is like, what really? What is that my purpose? I mean, not that there's anything wrong with that, right? But I felt there was something else inside of me that was not yet explored.
Yeah.
Um,
And I've been there too. And I think it is at that moment, like finding the right support system is like so valuable and almost crucial to your spiritual evolution because it really is easy to get in your own head and start questioning, and self-doubt and all those things. And when you see someone walking the walk and doing the things and holding space and pointing out things and like guiding you through it, it makes it like go from kind of like scary and intimidating and not exactly sure to, oh my gosh, this is fun and curious and intriguing. And I'm learning more about myself every single day. And that's what it's all about, right?
Absolutely. And I would just dare say that getting the support is like you really need to do it because
It's an integral part. And I
yeah.
think it's also something that people are reluctant to invest in themselves in this way. Like people will invest in a business or people will spend money on so many different crazy things. But then when it comes to our own like personal development, spiritual health, it's almost like feels like this oh, I can do it on my own. And I just want you to know that, yeah, you probably can. But if you want to have this really enjoyable process, have a support and a mentor that is going to literally help hold the space for you to like not only like magnify your experience, but really make it joyful, make it enjoyable and help you to like quantum leap into it, right?
I'm so glad you said quantum leap because I was going to say and do it fast.
Yeah.
Like you don't have to linger and spend months or years like trying to figure it out.
Like you
And
did, right? Like,
yes.
yes. Yeah. Can you imagine having someone like you who could have supported you early on in those earlier days?
Right, right. That's exactly what I was thinking. And just to let you know as well, when I first took my big leap, it was super scary. I mean, I had never invested in me, right? Like all I'm making money, I was spending on the house, I spend it on my child, I spend it on everyone and everything except for us, right? So we always, especially as mothers, women, right? The
Yeah.
nurturing kind, we just take care of everyone except for us. So it felt really uncomfortable for
Yeah.
me when I first took that leap. And I mean, I paid my first thing, it was like 6 months. Like you can imagine, it was like a huge investment for me.
Yeah.
And I didn't even tell my family because I was like, they're going to think I'm crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Why? Because I didn't know what the work was going to bring me. It was
Mm.
very unknown. It was like, I don't know what I'm doing. I just feel like I need to do it. And here it
Yeah.
is. And how do
Yeah.
you explain that to someone who has a very linear way of thinking? That, like,
Mm.
that you're crazy, you're being taken advantage of, right? All of those fears come up. So I was lucky enough, I was working and I had my own money and I did it and I invested, but I didn't tell anyone because it was very scary, even for me,
Yeah.
to speak it out loud that, hey, I'm investing in me,
Yeah.
right? So that was a huge thing, but I'm so glad I did it because my life completely changed like right
No,
away.
and that's I think it's so valuable to know that sometimes we're at this crossroads and we're like, hey, I'm here, I'm showing up, I'm doing this, I'm investing, but it doesn't feel comfortable. I don't know exactly how this is going to turn out, but I know I can. And then like hindsight is like, yes, I had to do that. I had to make that investment. I had to make that leap to get to this point right now. If I wouldn't have done that, I wouldn't be here. So it's hindsight's super valuable, but trusting.
Yes, trusting, that's the big thing.
It's hard.
Because
It's like one of the most challenging and most rewarding things that you can ever like actually embody.
yes, and that is exactly what my work is all about. It's about trusting yourself so that you can make the decisions without needing to feel like, did I do the right thing or not?
Yeah.
So you are right. You just know on your heart that is right and how to figure that out. It's so important.
Okay, so to wrap it up, what would you say to someone who's considering, contributing a chapter to the Voyage and the Return? If they've been like, oh, that looks interesting, what would you say to someone who's maybe considering it?
I would say just look to see what the chapter is about. And if you feel inside like, oh, that's my story, then jump in with 2 feet without thinking anymore, without stopping yourself. Just do it. Why? Because, like we said at the beginning, the universe loves speed. And if it's finding you, it's for a reason. There are no coincidences. If you're watching this, or if this book comes into your awareness and it speaks to you, there is a reason. So yeah, if the theme speaks to you and you want to be a part of it, jump in on it, be a part of it. Come be with us. I'm just so excited.
We'd love to have you, and you get to be connected with amazing, incredible women like Valeria who are doing I mean, it's kind of like I always get a pinch me and say I work. That's one of my favorite parts about my work is I get to connect with women like you, Valerie, who are doing incredible things and I'm learning from and collaborating with and connecting with. It's such an incredible part of this opportunity. And so, like in closing, what do you hope? Like, what's one message that you hope someone receives from reading your chapter? Like if there's one thing that you hope that someone gets from that, what do you think that would be?
I would say you're not crazy. You're not alone. And trust your instincts. Trust what's inside of you. Um, because if you're feeling it, if you're seeing it, if you're hearing it, it's for a reason. It's not make believe. It's just trust yourself. Trust everything that comes to you as your gut feeling, your intuition, whatever you want to call it. Trust it.
And so if there's someone who's like, okay, I'm at that person that you described is just very curious and has a knowing and they want to connect with you, what's the best way for them to do that? I'm going to add the links, but I'd love for you to share here.
On Facebook, you can just send me a private message. I think that's the easiest, fastest way. You can check out my work and things that I do through my website as well. I have a podcast. But I think the easiest way right now is to just go through private message on Facebook.
Send Valeria a private message, say hello.
Yeah,
I would
yeah, say
love
hi.
to visit with you. I want to be in your world. I want to connect with you, and you'll get a super friendly and warm welcome, I'm sure. So thank you everyone for joining. I'm going to take a look here at the comments. We've had a few coming in. Hello, everyone. Hi, Caroline. So nice to see you. Jamie is here. Hi, Jamie. So lovely. Jennifer. Hi, Jennifer. We have some of our co-authors here supporting us. So great to see you guys. So Jamie said exactly. You should not have to convince your support that dream is worth it. That's not support. Mm-hmm. Exactly. Yes. And Jennifer said, my family didn't believe in me, so I stopped talking to them about what I'm doing. Absolutely. Now I am in shock and they're in shock and look at me with admiration and are so proud of me. Yes. Yes, exactly. I love it. Yes. Thank you everyone for joining. So there are still a few spots left in this opportunity to participate in the book, The Voyage and the Return. If writing has been on your bucket list, or vision board, if it's something that's been kind of like on your list, or if you have this message that you're like, yes, I've been on an incredible voyage and I really would love to share it in this book, please reach out to me. You can also reach out to me in private message. I'm going to put the link for the application. Go ahead and complete that, and we'll just visit and see if this is a great opportunity for you, if it's in alignment. And anyways, and we're everyone who's watching who isn't interested in contributing, we will be promoting this book, and we would love for your support when it's released. Come and read Valeria's and the other contributors' chapters. I promise you're going to find some connections and amazing stories of wisdom and inspiration there. So thank you, everyone, and I hope you all have a wonderful weekend.
Bye, everybody. Thank you.